Like, you know, I was very excited about treadmills until I tried one. Because the feeling isn't natural. Like if you imagine as a kid, like if you've ever walked on a hard floor with socks on and you slide around, that's kind of what it feels like in a bowl. And imagine trying to play a VR game with that sensation underneath your feet.
It's so weird.
It's just weird.
And we totally agree with Mike. Therefore, we were forced to make this video. I will immediately point out his mistake. 1. We use a different, comfortable and natural type of movement. We really tried to use sliding and had to give it up. 2. Room scale is an extremely inconvenient method that further restricts the player, although more convenient than artificial locomotion. But more on that later, with arguments. Many players want walking and running to look exactly like in real life. No, they are wrong. This is very restrictive for the style of play. The movie Ready Player One played a huge role in this mistake. This is a great movie that we have watched several times, but it unwittingly misleads the viewer. Anyone who tries to simulate natural movement on a flat surface, but try to use it for all scenarios, stairs, angled surfaces and so on, unwittingly severely restricts the players. More than anything, it looks like a super modern VR cargo cult. We ourselves were exposed to it. We were wrong. The reason for this is that walking and running in modern VR games is not limited to just flat surfaces. Half-Life Alyx, Bonyorks, No Man's Sky, Skyrim VR, Fallout VR, and other.
As soon as one of those parameters is off, for example, if you're walking down a hill in VR and the inclination is not there, your brain will immediately say like, this is not right. And it will break the immersion, it might make you motion sick.
It only gets a little weird when you, for example, have to go up or downhill. This will give you the, let's say, sensation that you are literally walking straight through your environment, mentally, but also physically, resulting into breaking the immersion. I know I said the base surface can tilt in different angles, but it's not enough to simulate going up or down. What I'm saying is just be careful, okay, and aware that these scenarios might cause motion sickness.
This effect is relevant for both scenarios, for moving up and down. The most important part for the brain is the first part of the movement, when the leg moves forward. This is the most dangerous part when the brain is waiting hit or waiting for a loss of balance. But it immediately forgets about the leg that has already moved. We are in no way trying to discredit any VR treadmills, with flat movement, mechanical or sliding. They are great for games without stairs or slopes, like arenas. And we believe they will have a great future in this area. In addition, we give the player a choice, as we can offer a slippery flat movement by simply replacing the upper surface. Yes, you can slide if you feel like it. But flat movement is a huge limitation for game designers. Imagine Oasis from Ready Player One, Half-Life Alyx, Bonyorks, No Man's Sky, Skyrim VR, Fallout VR without any types of panjuices, without mountains, without stairs, and it will be a game that is great for moving on a flat surface. The use of artificial locomotion is nauseous, and room scale limits your freedom of movement in VR extremely severely, having the same and even more restrictions as VR treadmills with flat movement. Stairs and slopes cannot be used either. Faced with this, we decided to return to the basic principles of walking. It turned out that a step on the spot is the most natural and most comfortable movement for a person.
Why can't we go backwards for once? Backwards, really fast as we can. Really put the pedal to the metal, you know? Bill and Ted did it.
No, this is not a joke. You already have everything you need to move naturally in VR right now. The brain does not need a sweeping step. This is a compulsory measure to maintain balance. This is what you do when you walk or run. If you are walking or running, you move your arms and legs just to maintain balance. The brain needs balance. If you don't falling, then you don't need to move your legs back and forth. The brain accepts this with ease. What about walk on spot and stairs? The most important feature of the brain is that it forces you hitting an obstacle or that you will lose balance. This is a natural defense mechanism. Walk on stairs in real world is really close to walk on flat surface, but with additional vertical amplitude. When stomping in VR, you make the most similar vertical movement, and the brain does not predict impact or fall. Keep in mind moving the leg forward is more important for the brain than after a step. If only stomping around is enough, isn't a rug enough? Unfortunately no. Remember, the rug and immersion are completely mutually exclusive concepts. If you remember the rug, no immersion. If you dive too deep, you will fall or hit the wall and destroy the immersion. The rug destroys the immersion in games with a limitless world. You either have to keep this in mind at all times or you will hit. That is why we gave up the idea of providing you with real walking or running. You already have all this. Our device gives the player the ability to forget about the world around him and immerse himself in the game as much as possible. Our task is not to interfere with the player and to support where necessary.